Okay, then once that foot is leveled off, here to here, here to here, you're ready to nail your shoe on. This step is the most critical, because if you don't get that flat, the shoe's not going to stay. So you lay your shoe up there. I've already pre-bent the shoe. That's a whole nother video. I've already pre-bent the shoe to fit the horse. You can see. Okay, he's going to pull just a little bit. That's all right. And right there you go. Okay, shoe is correctly fit to the horse. It doesn't rock back and forth. I'm giving it pressure, and that's because I got this all flat. Okay, I always start with 5 nails. I put 8 on my shoes. I start with the 5, put them in my mouth. I'm checking my shoe to make sure that first nail set where it's supposed to and the shoe stayed centered. This up here will be ground off, so not a big deal. Horse is pulling, so you got to straighten her leg back out. Once you get a nail in, it's hard to let him set his foot down because he's going to bend it. You can see I'm wearing chaps because this nail is razor sharp. If I can, I'm trying to get 4 nails in before I set his foot back down. If you don't get enough nails in, they set their foot down, they can twist the shoe. Pick up your nail heads, if at all possible. They're very sharp. I throw them over against the shed there where nothing can step on them. Looks like he's going to let me get 4 in. Your horse gets tired standing on one leg just like you would. So you got to rest him every few minutes. He's not too bad right now. So I'm going to go ahead and put that 5th nail in. That only leaves 3 nails to go when I get him back up. This is the hardest part, I think. Getting them nailed, it's the most dangerous part because those, you can see those nail heads sticking out. If they pull their foot back on you, they can lay your arm open or your leg. That's why I wear these chaps. Always wear chaps. So, anyways, once you get that on there, get those 5 in there, 4 or 5, you can set his foot down, let him rest up 2-3 minutes, get your other nails, get the other 3 in there, then you can do the other steps. I'll print the steps out for you, but once this is on, it's not too bad from here, and I just made $100. Once the back shoe's nailed on, then I go ahead and get the stand. I just made this one out of a plow disc and a pipe and a trailer hitch. A lot of professional farriers use them. And then you just take your back foot, come up onto here, try to set it where it's not stressing your horse, usually about just behind the midline of the horse. And then all you're doing, you're just shaping that shoe, shaping that hoof to the shoe. And then you're rasping under your nails, where your nails come through. You rasp underneath them, just a little notch. Just a little notch the width of the file. That way when you use your clench and you turn your nails over, it embeds them in the hoof, and it'll keep the horse from catching them on rocks. Next step is to set your nails. I can't find my nail set. It's similar to that, but it's a lot heavier, but a big heavy chisel will work. And I'm just coming underneath the nail head. I go a couple nails on one side, couple on the other. It's like tightening a tire down on a pickup. You don't want to get your shoe too much pressure on one side. See how she's pulling? I just bring it back out. She's a pretty good horse, but it takes a lot of time to get them to where they'll hold their foot like that. Just be patient with them. But don't give up either. If they keep pulling their foot away from you, get back in there and get it and make them stand. Sometimes they're just tired and they need a minute or two rest, but don't give up, because with horses, if you give up, they win. They learn that in their head. That just implants in their brain that if they're stubborn, they're going to win. And it's that whole principle of breaking a horse. You're just breaking his will. The only way to break his will is just be patient. Keep going back to it. Keep going back to it. And pretty soon he'll go, okay, it's just easier to get along with the old man than fight him. These are your gator pliers or clenches. Just depends on what part of the country you're in, what people call them. These are going to bend the nail heads over. Remember, about the midline of the horse. Once you've got those set, those nail heads are sharp. So I'll tap them down just a little bit with the hammer. That embeds them in the foot a little bit. It takes off any of the burrs, but then the last thing I'll do is I'll just take my file and just hit them until it bounces off. Then if there's any burrs on there, they'll be gone, because a horse can cut himself on those. Alright, so that's how you do it. And by the way, the Richard Simmons look, you gotta wear a sweatband on these warm days. Try to shoe early in the morning if you can, but you're still gonna sweat. And being down like that's just the perfect angle for it to run into your eyes. Unless, of course, you have a unibrow, and if it wasn't for my wife, I would, but she keeps her trimmed up, so I gotta wear one of these, so no laughing. I do have some really short shorts, Richard Simmons shorts, that go with it, but I didn't want to get them on rock slide. I'd hear about it from Aaron.